Hey everyone, how is it going? This is Noor Siddiq and you are watching Code Lovers. In this lesson, I am gonna discuss two main ways to display HTML elements: block level elements and inline elements. Every HTML element has a default display value depending on what type of element it is. The default display value for most elements is block or inline on your web page. So your you can display HTML elements couple of ways, but the basic display elements are block level elements and inline elements. Some characteristics of block level elements: block level elements always starts on a new line. Whenever you add a block level element on your web page, it starts on a new line and it takes up the full width available on the web page. The full width means it takes up the full horizontal width available on the web page. Often, the block level elements act as a containers of other HTML elements, where inline elements does not start on a new line. It is unlike the block level elements. It takes up as much width as necessary. It often acts as a container of some text. So if you just see the difference, the block level elements are the container of other HTML elements, where the inline elements are the container of some text, not the other HTML elements. It contains other HTML elements. It contains some text. As you can see here, and I have mentioned before, the HTML start and end tag, the full HTML tag is the container of other HTML elements like head and body, where the head tag is the container of meta and title tag. On the other hand, the body tag is the container of h1 and p tag. There are some examples, as you can see here below. Div. Still, I didn't discuss the div element yet. I will discuss. And the horizontal rule tag, unordered list, ordered list, list tag, form, table, and video tags. All of these tags you can see here are block level elements. And the span tag, anchor tag, image tag, strong, input, button, emphasized, subscript tag, and superscript tag, all of these tags are HTML inline elements. Let's see some example to understand the block element and inline elements. Like I mentioned, the p tag and h1 tag, actually the h1 to h6, all of the heading elements are block level elements. So as you can see here, the two paragraph or the two p tag sit just right beside each other. Okay, and when I reload this page, you can see here this paragraph started with a new line. This paragraph also started with another new line, and h1 tag started with another new line. As I mentioned, block level element always starts on a new line. Let's add here an inline element, strong, and the strong end tag. Let's reload this page. As you can see here, the strong tag has made a small bold, right? But if you notice, the paragraph took a new line always, and the block level elements always takes a new line, where the strong is an inline element and it only takes as much width as necessary. It doesn't, the inline element doesn't start with a new line. Now let me show you one more thing. Let's add here style. Style equal to background color. Background color is blue, and if you remember how we have implemented the inline style on your HTML, so this is a way to style element on your web page. And let's go ahead and reload this. So the background color become blue for this paragraph, right? Yeah, and if you make it a pretty big, as you can see here, it took up the full width available on your web page, right? But the bold thing, small, which is created by a strong tag, it only took up as much width as necessary. It took up width only for the text because it is a container of text, but the block element paragraph took up the full width available on your web page. So all of these things are the block elements, right? Let's make this paragraph, let's style this paragraph. Copy, paste. Background color is red. Reload. So this became also red, right? These are, all of these are block level elements, where the strong is an inline element, right? Now I hope the inline and block element now makes sense to you. Now I will discuss two major display elements, div and span tags. Let's add here a div tag. Div start and copy the end tag, paste here. Also make the proper indentation. Cool. Reload. Nothing happens, but the div represents a block. Div, this is the container of other HTML elements, like it is a container of one paragraph p tag, another p tag, and h1 tag. Just to show you more precisely, let's add here style. Background color is gray. Reload. The full block became gray. That's how we use div on our HTML. So div is a block element and container of other HTML tags. We will be using div a lot during CSS implementation. Div is very convenient when you are gonna style your web page. Let's copy this div and make another block where the color is yellow. reload. As you can see here, two different blocks. This block, the first block is for div 1 and the second block is for this div 2. That's how div represent block element within HTML. And now let me explain span. So span is inline element and container of text. Let's say hello, common days. As you can see here, span, the first span is here. Let me copy this and create another span. Hello there. Okay, reload. So I have added two span 1 and span 2. What happened? Span is inline element and container of text. As you can see up here, they did not take new lines. Instead, they sit right next to each other. Div is used more frequently than span in the style. Div is also act as a wrapper. Other tags wrapped inside a div because it is a block level, and span surrounds text. We will be using these two tags more frequently when we are gonna style our web pages. You might be thinking, why the block elements start with a new line? Because these are tags. Each tag in HTML maintains a default CSS browser values. A tag may have its own default height, width, margins and colors. Tag takes spaces around it like space at top, bottom, left and right. Some tags may have these default values and the others do not have such default values. Like the span tag does not have any default values or spaces around it. Thanks for watching. If you like this video, feel free to share with your friends and colleagues, and do not forget to subscribe my channel. See you in the next video. Bye bye.